Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything just clicks. The conversations flow, the opportunities land with precision. Your body feels open and relaxed. Your thoughts are sharp, and there's this quiet power humming inside your chest. What if I told you that this isn't coincidence? It's the direct reflection of your energetic frequency, your personal vibration. Everything around you is vibrating. Every object, every word, every intention, it's all energy in motion. You're not separate from that. Your thoughts send out a wave, your emotions shape it. Your choices reinforce it, and this vibration becomes your signal to the universe. You're always transmitting, and life is always responding. Here's what most people miss. It's not about raising your frequency once and expecting miracles. The real shift happens when your vibration becomes steady, unshaken by outside noise, unwavering in the face of change. That's where alignment lives. That's where manifestation becomes natural, and peace becomes your default, not your reward. This is what this video is here to reveal. Not just how to reach a high vibration, but how to stay there. Because staying there is the key to unlocking a different level of life. A life where your clarity, your truth, your power becomes non-negotiable. Where you're not trying to be positive, you're simply grounded in something deeper. Elevating your frequency doesn't mean plastering on fake joy or pretending everything's fine when it's not. It means being real, fully present, even in the dark, especially in the dark. It's the quiet strength that says, I can feel pain and still choose peace. I can feel fear and still act with love. That's the mastery we're talking about. We're going to walk through how vibration operates within you, your body, your thoughts, your spirit. You'll see where it gets blocked. You'll learn what drains your energy and what feeds it. And most importantly, you'll discover practices to keep your frequency elevated, not as a mood, but as a lifestyle. Because you are not your wounds. You are not your history. You are energy, expressed through form, and you have the power to shape that energy at any moment. Right now is one of those moments. This isn't new knowledge. This wisdom goes back thousands of years. Ancient cultures knew the universe wasn't random, it was rhythm. In Egypt's spiritual texts, vibration was named as a fundamental law. Nothing rests, everything moves. The universe doesn't sit still. It pulses, it breathes, it sings. And so do you. In the yogic traditions of India, this eternal movement is called spanda, the sacred pulse of consciousness. Even the highest reality, the unchanging Shiva, is seen not as static, but as vibrating awareness. Creation isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous dance of vibration, unfolding moment by moment. You are not outside that dance. You are that dance. Indigenous cultures understood this intuitively. Native American shamans didn't treat illness as a purely physical issue. They saw it as a disruption in vibration. Healing wasn't just about medicine, it was about restoring harmony, rebalancing energy, remembering the song your spirit was always meant to sing. And maybe that's what this video is here to help you do. Remember your note in the great cosmic symphony, because when you're aligned with your true frequency, you don't chase life, you magnetize it. You don't fight for love, clarity, or success, they flow to you naturally. This is the truth, hidden in plain sight. You don't need to become anything. You just need to resonate with who you already are underneath the noise. And when you do, the universe answers not out of obligation, but because it always echoes what you broadcast. So, are you ready to reclaim your signal, to stop tuning into fear and start transmitting truth? Your frequency is your power. It always has been. Let's rise into it together. Everything in existence, trees, animals, rivers, people, holds a unique inner resonance, a silent melody that echoes the essence of life itself. When someone falls ill, physically or emotionally, that melody becomes dissonant. Healing isn't just about recovery, it's about remembering the song, returning to harmony with the great vibration that flows through all of creation. These teachings have been whispered through generations, hidden in sacred ceremonies, and preserved through intuition, when logic failed to grasp them. In today's world, where only the visible seems valid, the unseen still breathes. And now, modern science is slowly catching up. Quantum physics reveals that beneath everything we call solid, there is space, movement, vibration, energy, not matter. is the true building block of reality. So what does that mean for you? Living your everyday life, facing your thoughts, your doubts, your responsibilities. It means you're not fixed. You are not your past decisions, or even your current emotions. You are a waveform, a vibration in motion, constantly shifting. And here's the secret: you can learn to shape that vibration consciously. Have you ever met someone who seems to radiate peace without saying a word? Or someone who drains the air just by entering a room? That's not personality. That's vibration. And unlike a social mask, it can't be faked, but it can be transformed. This is the challenge of the spiritual path, learning to stabilize your energy, so it no longer rises and falls with the storm of life. Most people are ruled by circumstance, the news, the weather, someone else's mood. But the great teachers, those who walked the path before us, left behind a map, not to escape life, but to master the frequency you emit, so that no matter what comes, your soul leads and everything else follows. This is the turning point. Once you grasp what your vibration is made of, you stop reacting blindly. You begin to craft your reality intentionally. Because the truth is, when you elevate your frequency, the outer world has no choice but to respond. So how do you begin? Start by understanding your current signal. Your vibration is not some woo-woo concept floating in the air. It's a measurable, repeatable result of your daily choices. Your thoughts, your feelings, your habits, your focus, and most deeply your intention. Imagine yourself as a living broadcast tower. What are you tuning into right now? Every emotion, every belief you carry, sends out a frequency. Some are clear, strong, and magnetic. Others are distorted, chaotic, or heavy. But here's the good news. You are the one choosing the channel. Even if life tries to interfere, you get to decide what you emit. Let's break down what truly builds your vibration. First, your perception. Not what happens to you, but how you interpret it. Two people face the same loss. One sinks into despair, the other finds meaning. The difference, frequency. The first vibrates from fear and resistance. The second chooses acceptance and presence. The higher path isn't always comfortable, but it is powerful. Second, your emotional consistency. This doesn't mean denying pain or pretending to be happy. It means allowing emotions to move through without clinging to them. A higher vibration isn't about suppressing the dark, it's about refusing to let the dark define you. And then your intention. This is the anchor. Why are you doing what you do? Are your actions aligned with your soul, or with fear? A single action taken with truth and heart can elevate your entire field more than 1,000 hollow affirmations. This is how you stop chasing light and start becoming it. By aligning your vibration with your truth, again and again, until it becomes who you are, not in theory, but in every breath. And when that happens, life starts to echo your inner sound, not because you forced it, but because you finally remembered how to sing. Or remembers itself. You don't need the world to validate your frequency. Your alignment is between you and the universe, not between you and the crowd. So let's keep going. Fifth, your emotional home. Yes, emotions like sadness or anger are part of being human, but where do you live emotionally? If guilt, blame, or regret are where your mind camps out, your energy reflects that. Emotions are signals, not destinations. Train yourself to return to gratitude, joy, and compassion, not as a performance, but as a commitment. These higher frequencies are not naive, they're courageous. It takes strength to stay soft in a hard world. Sixth, your intimacy with the present moment. We often chase the future or dig through the past, thinking the answer is somewhere else. But the gateway to all real power is now. When you're rooted in the now, your vibration becomes clean, focused, and alive. There's no space for regret, no room for fear. The present moment doesn't demand perfection. It invites presence, and in that stillness, your true self steps forward. When people cling to memories of old pain or anxiously project into the future, they scatter their energy. Their field becomes cloudy, reactive, unstable. That's not a spiritual failure. It's just a misalignment. The remedy isn't to fight the mind. It's to return again and again to the simplicity of what's here now. Seventh, inner coherence. One of the most underrated yet powerful forces in energy work. Coherence is when your thoughts, feelings, actions, and words are in agreement. There's no inner argument, no hidden conflict. Just truth, clean and unshaken. You can say 1,000 mantras, but if you act out of fear, that's the frequency the universe picks up. You can talk about love, but if you secretly resent others or manipulate outcomes, your vibration fragments. The universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you are. Coherence means integrity, not perfection, but authenticity. Here's what most people miss. Raising your vibration is not about chasing spiritual highs. It's about being a person whose energy naturally reflects their highest truth. That doesn't come from rituals alone. It comes from living your values in small, consistent, quiet ways, especially when it's hard. In the beginning, raising your frequency feels beautiful. You meditate, you walk in nature, you feel inspired. But what happens when pressure comes? When someone betrays you? When life hits hard? This is the test and the real invitation. Can you hold your center when the world shakes around you? Because here's a truth, rarely spoken. The moment you begin to rise, life will challenge that rise. Not to crush you, but to strengthen your roots. Energetic resistance appears not as punishment, but as refinement. When old triggers resurface, when your past knocks again, it's not regression, it's alignment asking, are you ready to let this go now? And sometimes, yes, you'll relapse. You'll slip back into an old thought, an old pattern, but that doesn't mean you've failed. It means your system is rewiring. Just like tuning an old instrument, it might sound off before it sings. So does your energy. Be patient. There's another force working against you: collective programming. We live in a world that sells fear, confusion, and division. Keeping your vibration high in that noise is a quiet revolution. You won't always be praised for it. You may be mocked, misunderstood, even dismissed. But in that silence, something powerful is building. You stop living for approval. You start living for truth. And in that space, calm, sovereign, unshakable, you don't just raise your frequency. You become the frequency that raises the world. And return to your breath. Silence is not empty. It's full of answers. Conscious breathing grounds you in the present and clears stagnant energy. Even 1 minute of stillness can reset your frequency. This isn't about escaping life. It's about tuning in deeply. Every inhale is a reset. Every exhale, a release. You begin to shift from reacting to creating. 4. Speak with purpose. Words carry vibration. What you say isn't just communication, it's energetic creation. Gossip, complaints, or harsh self-talk may feel small, but they ripple through your field. Speak from truth, not habit. Use your words to uplift, to express love, to stand in your authenticity. Even silent thoughts have power. Start noticing your inner dialogue. Is it a friend or a critic? Real power is choosing words that align with who you want to be. 5. Honor your emotions without letting them hijack you. Feeling doesn't mean drowning. Emotions are messengers, not rulers. Allow anger, sadness, frustration to move through you, but don't build a home in them. The key is presence. When you let emotions flow without clinging or resisting, they pass. When you suppress or over-identify, they linger and lower your field. Hold space for what you feel without losing who you are. 6. Stay curious. Instead of controlling, the lower the vibration, the tighter the grip. High vibration flows. When you force outcomes, try to micromanage people, or resist what is, your energy constricts. But when you trust that life is unfolding for you, not to you, your field opens. Curiosity is a bridge to surrender. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? This shift rewires your vibration in real time. 7. Close your day with reflection, not regret. Before sleep, ask yourself, did I honor my energy today? Where did I shine? Where did I dim? Don't judge, observe. This practice isn't about guilt, it's about growth. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be present with yourself. Every evening becomes a soft reset, a loving check-in with your soul. And remember, raising your vibration isn't about being high all the time. It's about returning. Returning to truth. Returning to stillness. Returning to love. Again and again. No spiritual mask, no forced positivity. Just you raw, real, willing. There will be days you feel low, confused, exhausted. That doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. The practice is choosing not to stay stuck. It's learning to rise without rushing. It's trusting that even your low points serve a purpose. Spiritual growth is less about escaping difficulty and more about how you meet it. Can you greet pain with presence? Can you sit with discomfort without collapsing? Can you let go without knowing what comes next? This is the real elevation, not floating above life, but walking through it awake. And don't forget the quiet trap of ego in disguise. Thinking you're more spiritual because you meditate more or read more books. That's not frequency. That's identity clinging to control. The more you awaken, the less you compare. Real light doesn't shout. It simply shines, so choose daily. Choose to feel instead of numb. Choose to align instead of please. Choose to live instead of perform. Because high vibration isn't an image. It's a state of being you grow into. Breath by breath, choice by choice. You don't chase it. You become it. Energy. And return to your truth. The present is not just a point in time, it's a portal. When you fully arrive in the now, you stop replaying the past and rehearsing fear for the future. You root into what's real. And in that space your vibration rises effortlessly. 1. Begin your mornings with stillness. Before the world pulls at you, gift yourself 5 sacred minutes. Sit with your breath. Feel your body. Ask, what do I want to carry into today? This small act creates a powerful energetic foundation. You're no longer reacting. You're responding. You become the author of your state. 2. Curate your inputs. Your mind digests what it consumes. Just like your body, be mindful of the content, conversations and energies you allow in. Scroll less. Connect more. Observe how certain music, muse, or voices shift your inner state. Don't numb, nourish. Align your environment with the vibration you wish to embody. 3. Move with rhythm, not routine. Your energy is not meant to be static. It wants to dance, to stretch, to expand. Find movement that feels like freedom. Walk barefoot. Dance without choreography. Let your body speak. Movement unlocks what the mind can't. It releases old energy and welcomes flow. 4. Speak life into your reality. Words are spells. Speak as if your voice shapes your world, because it does. Ditch the sarcasm, the self-deprecating jokes, the harsh inner voice. Replace them with truth. Even if it trembles. Speak with love, even if it's firm. Let your language reflect your light. 5. Honor your emotions without obeying them. Feel everything, suppress nothing. But don't give your emotions the steering wheel. Witness your anger, your grief, your doubt, but choose to respond from wisdom, not reaction. Emotional intelligence isn't about being positive all the time. It's about staying grounded through every storm. 6. Celebrate without a reason. Joy is your natural state, not something to earn. Find delight in the ordinary. Laugh without a punchline. Smile without an audience. Gratitude without condition softens your energy and makes space for miracles. When you live in celebration, your frequency sings. 7. Unplug to remember. At the end of your day, step away from the noise. Light a candle. Breathe slowly. Reflect gently. Did you live today as your truest self? No judgment, just awareness. Rest is not a luxury. It's the integration of everything your soul has gathered. Deep rest allows deep transformation, and through it all, remember this. Your vibration isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. There will be messy days. There will be doubts. But the goal isn't to stay high all the time, it's to return to your alignment again and again. That's real mastery. Don't wait to feel ready. You raise your vibration not when life calms down, but when you choose to rise anyway. Your presence is your power. Your awareness is your anchor. And your daily choices create your energetic signature. In a world that profits from your disconnection, your peace becomes revolutionary. Your joy becomes contagious. Your clarity becomes magnetic. You don't need to convince anyone. Just live it. Live awake. Live with intention. Live as someone who remembers who they are, because the truth is, you were never separate. You were never broken. You were simply buried beneath noise. But now you're rising, not to escape the world, but to illuminate it. Real energy work doesn't come from wishing or waiting. It comes from aligning your habits with the vibration you want to live in. Clean your space, not just your room, but your mind, your energy field, and your relationships. Let go of what drains you. Stop justifying the chaos. Your energy is sacred, and what you allow into it either feeds or fractures it. This is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about sitting in silence when your mind begs for distraction. It's saying no when your nervous system trembles. It's choosing peace even when the world offers panic. That is the essence of high vibration, not a temporary state, but a steady flame. Your vibration doesn't need applause. It needs consistency. It's the invisible force that creates visible change. It's your quiet decisions that no one sees, the way you breathe through discomfort, the way you ground yourself when triggered, the way you choose love over fear. And here's the magic: when you hold this vibration long enough, your life begins to rearrange itself. Your reality bends around your frequency. The people who once confused or drained you naturally fade. New connections arrive, who see your light and don't try to dim it. Doors open without you forcing them, because your energy has become the invitation. Not from hustle, not from trying to manifest harder, but from deep alignment. You stopped begging and started becoming. You don't have to fight for every breakthrough. You just have to be brave enough to stay in your truth. And that means releasing the need for external validation. You don't need anyone else to understand your journey. You only need to honor it. This world doesn't need more noise. It needs more depth, more people who are rooted in their center, more people who live with quiet power, not ego power, soul power. The kind that doesn't demand attention, but naturally commands respect, because it's authentic, because it's real. And if this resonates with you, don't just nod and move on. Live it, embody it, make it your practice. Start small. One breath, one boundary, one moment of courage. It builds, day by day, until it becomes who you are. When your vibration becomes your way of life, you stop reacting and start responding. You stop absorbing and start radiating. You become a lighthouse for others who are lost in the storm, not by trying to fix them, but by staying lit. You don't need to preach. You don't need to convince. Just be the living proof that peace is possible. That joy is not reserved for the lucky few. That freedom is a frequency. And yes, it will challenge you. You will have days when it feels easier to fall back into old patterns. But that's where your power lies, in choosing again. Choosing to rise. Choosing to reset. Choosing to remember who you really are beneath the noise, beneath the conditioning, beneath the fear. Because your true self has never been lost, just covered. And every conscious choice you make is a peeling back, a revealing, a return. So if this message stirred something in you, let that be your sign, not just to feel good for a moment, but to begin, to reclaim your energy, to raise your frequency, and to live as the highest version of you, not someday, but today. Subscribe if you're ready to go deeper into this path. Like and share this if you know someone else is ready to wake up too. Because the world doesn't change when people are louder. It changes when people are clearer, pranita, aligned. When you shift your frequency, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone your light touches. That's the real power. That's your power.